everybody. Game Developers Conference in San Francisco, California, 2015. The AppResourceConnet continues to find some of the most innovative companies and the most innovative collaborations. And for the first time, I'm delighted to have Cui Zhaobu, and he is the CEO of Talking Data here, a global company that is revolutionizing the gaming and mobile space, mobile app space in China and here in the United States. So welcome, Leo, to the AppResourceConnet. So this booth is very special because Leo didn't just bring his brand, he brought his entire user community as well, his partners as well, and there's 3 or 4 companies that came over with Talking Data. So tell us why you decided to bring companies with you along to this this very, very important event here in California.
Yeah, actually we have been here 3 years before.
Third year in a row, okay.
Yeah, it's our third time being here, and recently more and more Chinese companies, including the Chinese content provider and some facility provider, have more interest in the Western market.
Sure, certainly. Yeah. Big news, yeah.
Yeah, and I think the GDC is a major interface and window to China-based company to learn how the rest of the world works, especially in game industry.
Yes.
So that's why we would like to take this opportunity to take some our partners and customers here.
I see. Now, before we talk more about the collaboration here at GDC, tell me about the growth and the size of Talking Data.
Yeah. Currently, Talking Data is the largest mobile data provider in China. Last 3 years, we covered more than 1.1 billion unique devices in China, and over 50,000 app developer and mobile gaming developer are using our service. And actually, we are in China providing the all-in-one solution to local developers.
I see.
Our service offering includes analytics service, ad tracking service, even data management service. So it's a briefing of what we are offering in China.
So you're a full service provider, and these developers are seeing you not only as the leading platform in China, but as an avenue to the Western markets as well?
Yes, exactly. Actually, in Western market, some developers choose the separate service, a third-party service.
Yes.
For instance, maybe they choose the Flurry as their analytics service. Maybe they choose has offers or app flare.
Yeah, they segment all the different services out to different companies. Yeah.
But in China, most of the developer only choose the Talking Data service.
I see. So it's very, very consolidated and excellent customer service. How big within your portfolio is the gaming sector?
In gaming sector, currently there were more than 10,000 mobile gaming developer. Yeah.
So 20% of your developers are focused on gaming.
Yeah.
I see. A huge portion. Excellent.
Yeah,
well, what's interesting is you brought with you one of the top publishers in China as well. Yeah. And we're going to interview her next. And you also brought with you one of the cloud service providers that work with Talking Data.
Sure.
Excellent. So you get to see the full scope of what's going on in China, and obviously since they're here in the United States, probably soon here in the United States as well. So I'd like to say, Duojie. Thank you very much. Absolutely, Leo. And we'll move on to our next interview here at Talking Data at GDC. All right, we're continuing here with the Talking Data community that is coming from China to meet us here in the United States. And I'm very delighted to introduce you the #1 app in the Talking Data store. And I'd like to say welcome to the AppResourceConnet. This is Xu Qing. And 欢迎你 to the AppResourceConnet.
谢谢.
Yes, absolutely. And she was explaining to me that her app, Popstar, is used by over 300 million people across the world.
Yeah, especially in China.
Especially in China. So tell us about Popstar and why it became so popular.
Yeah, because it's very easy to play and colorful, and all the users, they like it. So we promote it in China and all around the world.
I see.
And also, we are one of the largest game developers and game publishers in China. For Popstar, we have been registered the 300 million download users, especially in China. The daily active users is about 20 million.
20 million around the world. A huge percentage of the
daily active users.
Using Popstar.
Yes, and also we do their mobile game is development. One of our MMORPG game is called Dawn of the World, will be released soon.
I see.
Yeah.
So there's more coming too, really soon.
Yeah.
From Joyce and her whole team, absolutely.
Yeah. So our company's name is Zplay. Zplay. Yeah.
Okay, now, how did you choose Talking Data to partner with?
Because Talking Data, I think it's very friendly to us, and also his technology, their technology service is very good, and they can to do any modification according to our requirements. And also, if we have some problem, they can solve the problem very, very quickly. So we choose Talking Data.
So they have the resources to support you as the app. So
Yeah.
on what you do well, which is Popstar, right?
Yeah.
So now you were coming to San Francisco. Is this your first time at GDC?
Yeah, it's our first time.
Pretty exciting, right? So what were you expecting to see when you arrived here at GDC?
Creative mobile games. Creative, that is very important and very valuable. So creative mobile games, and we want all of the creative mobile games come to China, and we can help them because most of partners come from Korea, Japan, France, and other countries. So we can help them to publish their game very, 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 very good in China.
So you want to invite these American companies to China. Excellent.
Come to China.
Excellent. Okay, one last question. On the floor here at GDC, what has been most exciting or most informative for you?
Oh.
It's a lot to answer, but there's a...
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, but actually we find some really good games from America and also from Singapore. Yeah.
American and Singapore games.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay. Well, I guess the Singapore market's the next big place to look. So I want to say thank you once again, Joyce.
Yeah, thank you.
And everybody, we're going to talk to one more of the team here, the community here at Talking Data. It just goes to show that the future of gaming is all in the collaboration.
Yeah.
So excellent. We'll be right back.
Bye-bye.
All right, part 3, Talking Data, GDC. We're looking at this Chinese coalition that came over as a team to meet more American businesses and Western businesses that want to go to China. And this is Hua Kun, Huang Yini.
Nice to meet you.
AppResourceConnect. You had said that your cloud service is one of the top 8 in China. And that you're very focused on customer service and knowing their business. So Talking Data must agree because they brought you over here to the United States. Tell us why cloud is so important for the gaming community in China.
Because gaming, when game is welcomed by users, they will get more and more users. It grows. The speed of the growth is very fast. So they use they need more resources to run. For example, the most popular mobile game in China, which name is Dot Arena.
Dot Arena, right?
Arena.
Dot Arena is another one of the most popular, and it's a Talking Data community game, and you host Dot Arena through your company uCloud, right?
uCloud.
And so, how long have you hosted Dot Arena?
About 15 months.
15 months. And how many people use this app?
This game?
Yeah.
In China, I think it's about 30 million.
30 million people.
Persons.
And that's just one of the apps that you manage through your
that's one of our customers. But it's very typical because so many people are playing this game, and the frequency is very high.
I see.
Many people play it every day. So they need many servers to support this game. They cost about 5,000 servers and databases to run
5,000
this game.
servers just for one game, folks. That gives you the scale of how. And what's interesting is games look very simple on the phone, but the actual analytics behind it and the functionalities and the in-app purchasing, the monetization requires a tremendous amount of bandwidth. Now, as a customer in America looking to get into the Chinese market, tell me about how uCloud services integrate with Talking Data.
Yeah, we have our account is connected. I mean that when you register on uCloud, you can log into Talking Data to use their service. If you register in Talking Data, you can do the same thing.
So it's a full-on collaboration, exchange partnership. Very good too. So is this your first time to GDC?
Yeah, that's the first time.
Have you been to San Francisco before?
No.
Okay, good. So it's all first for you. So first time here. What is your impression of the conference overall?
I think that's so that's a big conference because we met so many gaming companies, and another thing which impressed me is that many cloud service providers, they are here. We communicate with them. Some of them maybe they will cooperate with us.
I see. So there's some peer groups here that you see more collaboration.
Because many Chinese gaming companies, they want to go overseas. They want to look for the good quality cloud service. We need some partners to work together to provide good quality.
So it's not just an international exchange on the app or the publisher or the technology. It's actually who's going to host it, who's going to help provide the cloud services in each country, and you can swap the partners. It's a novel approach, and I can see where with the growth of the industry, that's going to be very important. So once again, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for being here. And the sky's the limit when you talk about the gaming east and west. And I'm so glad you guys were here. We'll be back for more from GDC 2015. Okay, we're going to flip the script on our last couple of interviews here at the Talking Data booth. We were talking about China coming to the west, and now we're going to look at a company that is integrating very well into the Chinese market. This is Chris Castagnetti.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to the AppResourceConnet.
Definitely.
He is the the senior community manager for Kick9, and they're a company that not only has a foothold with a couple of very special apps, but the future, really, I think a lot of times the distribution of DAS, D-A-S-S. I'll let him explain that a little bit. Chris, tell me about this basketball app. And this is blowing my mind because I'm a big basketball fan. The NBA in China.
NBA, yeah. I mean, long story short, we're a publisher of NBA AllNet. NBA AllNet's a brand new mobile game that's available here in the U.S. And we actually brought that over from China. It was a real popular game in China. So we've converted it over here in the U.S., localized it, and we started publishing about 3 months ago. The game's been a big success. Over 1.5 million users. The game is just awesome. It's a basketball game. It's a basketball management game where not only are you managing your team, but you're customizing your characters and your players and your lineup.
Not just
a lot of fun.
Some business involved.
Just a little bit,
That suggests a new approach to gaming, right?
Definitely.
Management over the characters. But the important distinction, though, of what, well, first of all, how long have you been working with Talking Data?
Sure. We've been working with Talking Data for a while now, especially with NBA AllNet, as well as some of our future titles. And Talking Data for us has been a really great service provider when it comes to analytics and tools. For us, that's something that's really critical when we utilize our games and looking at the data, the stats, what's doing well in the game, what's not, what type of users are we looking at, how can we optimize the game better. So they've been really, really helpful with us. We love their services.
So all
great partner.
All the important back-end data is you're getting through Talking Data.
Definitely.
And how did you find the developer in China? That seems like a wild frontier out there.
Well, I mean, our CEO was the former CEO of DNA China, so we have a really close working relationship with DNA China, and NBA AllNet was first published by DNA over in China. So we're the official publisher of that game now for them here in the States. And it's been great. It's been a great relationship, and that's kind of where the whole DOS platform started too. Distribution as a service.
When you first said DOS, I thought you were writing programs in DOS. I thought, wait a minute, that's a new approach in the gaming world. But this is distribution as a service.
Correct.
Explain to our community what that is.
I mean, one of the biggest issues, or I guess barriers of entry for the China market right now is the app stores. There's over 300 app stores in China right now, and a multitude of different payment providers, payment options. And what we wanted to do was make it easier for publishers here in the States to publish their games into China. And China is a booming, growing market, billions of opportunities of users to download your games, play your games, and monetize your games, but it's very hard for publishers to break into that. So what we've created is a single SDK that you can integrate into your game, and with that one SDK, you get access to over 30 of the top stores in China. So you get over 10% reach of the whole market, and it's a top 10% on top of that.
Sure.
In addition to that, there's a number of different payment options that are integrated into that system, analytic tools, database tools, customer service tools. So basically, in that one SDK solution, you get access to all the top stores, payment opportunities, all the currency translations and conversions, customer service tools, and all the analytics that you need to break into China. So we're a one-stop shop for China.
Well, and of course, the theme of our talks and interviews this week is user engagement and retention. So
Definitely.
How does somebody stay on top of the retention market in China?
It's, retention is very tricky, right? There's a lot of apps, there's a lot of distractions out there, and for us, it all comes down to the community, right? Having the right tools in place and utilizing those tools to create good events for your users, communicate with your users, and make sure that the game is growing and progressing in a state where your users are happy and excited about the product. And by having the right type of tools in place, you can really help utilize that, especially with the analytics that Talking Data and many other companies provide, is you can utilize those analytics to see, which users are logging in when, where's that drop-off happening? Are you losing users at day 1 retention, day 5 retention, day 7 retention? What do you need to do? Are you losing 80% of users after your tutorial? Well, something's wrong with your tutorial.
Yeah, it's great to hear this because, I went to the talk by RuneScape yesterday.
Okay, yeah.
It was a $750 million company,
Yeah,
450
RuneScape.
employees,
It's great.
and they went deep into this idea of once you get these users, you got to treat them like people. You got to treat them like part of the family. And
Yeah.
it sounds like that's what Kick9 is really focused
Definitely.
on.
And we're also about equality. Like, what's really important to us, especially with NBA OLED, is all users are equal in our eyes. It doesn't matter if you're a free user or if you're a whale user, right? If you're spending a lot of money in the game or if you're not spending anything at all, in our opinion, we treat you guys the same. Everyone should be treated the same.
That's huge.
That's pretty important.
That's for the users, but let's
Correct.
finish up with a very important question.
Sure.
I have an idea who it should be, but who is the top player, the most used avatar in the NBA game?
Oh, man. Everyone loves Kobe Bryant, but LeBron James is definitely a big hit. We had a big Valentine's Day event where all users were able to get most users were able to get a LeBron James by participating in some certain activities.
And is Yao
that's been a big hit.
Is he showing up?
Yao Ming's in there.
Yeah,
He's kind of rare. Oh no, Yao Ming.
It's Yao Ming.
Yao Ming. Sorry.
I got a little bit caught up in my English and Chinese
no problem.
translation.
But yeah, it's pretty exciting. It's a great game.
Chris, we'll circle back around. I'm going to check out that NBA app. And
well, thanks for having me on the show.
It's about the community here through Talking Data at GDC. So thanks, everybody. We'll be back for more. Okay, everybody. GDC 2015, Emma Brady, AppResourceConnet. And all weekend long, we're talking to people about the big two for the full life cycle of an app, the user acquisition at the front end, and at the back end is retention. And as you know, we like to look for companies that have something distinctive to offer. A lot of companies are trying to take their old ways of being in the web and move it over to mobile quickly, and sometimes it doesn't always translate very well. And here we are with ClicksMob, and this is Daniel Newman. Daniel, welcome to the AppResourceConnet.
Hi, thanks. Hi, Evan. How are you?
It's good to be here in the booth. We were just looking at some of the things that make you distinctive in the market, and one of them is that you are a mobile-only company. Isn't that the case?
Yes, that's the case. First, it's great to speak to you. I'm happy that you're here.
Absolutely.
Thanks. So ClicksMob, we're a mobile performance platform. We do only mobile, and we believe in better mobile advertising. What we do is very simple. We help app developers and companies with global distribution of their apps. We have, as I mentioned, we do only mobile for all platforms, so both iOS and Android, as well as feature phones, Windows, and such. And yeah, we have a platform of more than 4,000 different traffic sources on mobile. Publishers who want to monetize their traffic and promote the different apps. So yeah, we're having fun.
Yeah, and you explained that you are a very flexible company, so you like to talk to companies early in the life cycle. Is that the case?
Yeah, so what we do, what we help is basically help app developers and companies with global distribution to distribute or to reach a massive audience around the world. So let's say if you're an app developer and you want to penetrate to the U.S. market, or you want to penetrate to the Asian market or European market, whatever the market is, we can help you get there. As I mentioned, we have traffic in more than 200 countries. And
there it is. That's big distinction, because a lot of companies here at GDC are big in one market and trying to penetrate. You know, we talked a lot that are big in Asia trying to get into America and vice versa, and you already have a global network.
Yeah, we have a global network. So, you know, we can help a lot of companies. For example, you mentioned a lot of companies come to us, for example, from Asia and tell us, ClickSmob, you know, help us to get to the US market, help us to get to the UK, help us to expand our user base, and this is exactly what we're doing. And not only that we have the scale or the global reach, we also put a great emphasis on the quality of the users.
That's a big one, and that's why the second part of the equation is retention. It almost seems like in 2015 and beyond, that's going to be as big a part of the equation as actually finding the users, because, you know, lifetime value of an app, it really involves somebody of high quality. And what's the difference? What's the shift that's going on between volume and quality?
So first, just a word in our model, we do only CPI and CPA basis, meaning cost per install, cost per action.
Sure.
We're seeing a very, very big shift. Let's say if a few years back there was a lot of CPC, a lot of CPM, the shift is towards CPI and CPA. So advertisers are becoming very, very sensitive about quality, about setting very specific benchmarks, retention rates, engagement rates, to make sure that the users that are acquiring are actually generating revenues for them. Using our technology, using our platform, we have the ability to monitor these benchmarks to make sure that we're meeting these KPIs, that we're delivering very relevant users to our customers.
A lot of customer service for both the people making the apps and then ultimately the people who are going to benefit from the apps.
Exactly. So if you ask me, we see a very strong shift towards quality, but obviously there has to be a combination between quality and scale.
Sure.
Because these are companies that want to have a massive reach. They want to get their brand out there, get their game out there. So there's always like a very thin. There has to be a very good balance between quality and quantity, and I think this is what really makes ClickSmob unique, is that we're able to get these to achieve those goals for
find the sweet spot. Yeah,
exactly.
And massive reach is great, but everybody wants the massive reach, right? It all starts with quality, though, right?
Yeah.
A small, committed, dedicated, loyal following becomes the massive reach for the new way of distributing apps and monetizing. We were going to talk about GDC for a second. So obviously you're not just a gaming company, though, right? You guys across the whole app platform.
Yes, well that's another differentiator of ClickSmob. We're like a very big supermarket for apps. So unlike other companies that may do only gaming or only travel or only specific vertical, our customers basically we support all types of apps, all verticals, gaming, utilities, travel, entertainment, lifestyle, whatever the vertical is.
Awesome.
We support it.
Awesome. So is this your first GDC?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So just going to go off script here for a moment and say, what's the thing that's blowing your mind the most?
I think first it's I see like a huge line on the Oculus, and all the virtual reality product. And we actually see it also here.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool. This is the Virtuix Omni, and they actually have like future soldiers in effect. Is that kind of what's going on?
Yeah, but I mean, there's first it's the first GDC for me, and what's great about it is that it's like a very big, very nice community of app developers, marketing companies, gamers. So it's like a big party of technology and people. So,
the cutting edge, the best and the brightest of every industry shows up at GDC. It looks like ClickSmob is in that group too. So Daniel, thanks for being on the Connect.
Thanks,
and we're going to talk more user acquisition and retention here at the GDC. We'll be right back.